Welcome back, Saints. I'm Kira White.
And I'm Mara Donley, and this is SFHS Today.
In world news, over 1 million people in England are infected with the coronavirus, the BBC reported. This is over half of their population. Looking at the bigger picture, 1.3 million people have been vaccinated across the entire United Kingdom.
In national news, approximately 4.6 million people in the U.S. have been vaccinated, the New York Times reported on January 4th.
In addition, this week marks the end of a long election cycle. On Wednesday, news outlets were reporting the historic win of Democrat Rafael Warnock in the Georgia Senate runoff. As of this filming, the other race in Georgia was too close to call. In addition, Wednesday was the electoral vote was set to take place with a number of Republican representatives and senators vowing to challenge the election results. The Wall Street Journal reported that regardless of the challenges, it was unlikely to be upheld and Joe Biden would ultimately be acknowledged as president-elect. According to NBC, in Queens, New York, a suspect in a hoax bomb is under NYPD investigation for far-right stunts. Louis Shanker is accused of placing a hoax bomb on a stolen Tesla with a husky dog locked inside. The car was found in a Queens parking garage. No explosives were found in the vehicle and police rescued the husky unharmed. This is reminiscent of the very real explosion that rocked Nashville on Christmas morning when Anthony Warner is suspected of blowing himself up in an RV which was parked in front of AT&T headquarters. The FBI is still investigating, according to the Associated Press.
In local news, Governor Tim Walz's most recent executive order eased some of his coronavirus restrictions. Minnesota will now be allowed a limited restart for youth and adult sports and group fitness classes in January, reported Fox 9 News.
For SFHS, that means that sports practices and activity rehearsals and meets begin in person on Monday.
In more activities news, earlier in December, senior Mercedes Hamilton won second place in the Northern Lights District Lincoln Douglas Debate Tournament. With this result, she qualifies for the 2021 National Speech and Debate Tournament to be held either virtually or in person this June in Des Moines, Iowa. We'll have more on the story next week with reporter Mackenzie Wyman.
SFHS has a long tradition of sending students to nationals in debate. Congratulations to Mercedes and her coach, Mark Toole. In more activities announcements, the robotics team is up and running. Here is more from Livy Rosengren.
The kickoff is Saturday, and we're going to redo the robot from last year. We're going to make some improvements to it. I like mentoring the young students for the future, so we got a lot of students that are I've been working with for a number of years. Some have been 4 years, some have been 3, and some have been 1 year, and it's just great to watch them grow as they learn about robotics, electrical programming, and mechanical. Just another year to continue their growth in their learning of the robotic technology.
And how many years have you been working with St. Francis Robotics?
Since the beginning, so this should be the 4th year. Because they're a new team, and I started out mentoring the coach at the time, Mr. Burrell, and then just continue on with the students because we have merging the team from the TNT team merged with the St. Francis team, so I knew a lot of students going into it. So what I like with the students is showing them the industry side of things. So it's more than just learning about the program of FRC, First Robotics Competition. It's also bringing in the aspects of industry is. So bringing Delta, bring them to automation places where they can see the automation in real and show them that this is where the career can go with this type of technology. So it shows both aspects of a machine builder as well as a vendor providing products to us. And so what I like to do is always keep that in mind when we show them different things that we do here at Delta, like the vision applications and how we track things and how we can track. We're using the robot to move to the location and programming aspects of it, as well as laying out the machines and doing the drawings and schematics of everything to show them that this is real life stuff with the user requirements from the game manual going all the way to the full build of the machine. None, I just enjoy my time with all the students because it's never underestimate what the students are capable of doing. I've had coaches tell me that it's too high of a level for students, and I disagree strongly with that because it limits the students and what they're capable of.
Moving on, one of our own media staffers is also a competitive motorcycle racer with Moto America. Here's Avery Chester with our 5 minutes of fame, Nate Minster.
Student celebrities everywhere, this is why you should care about 5 minutes of fame.
How long have you been riding?
I've been riding since I was 4 and started racing when I was 6 and started out on little dirt bikes and then finally moved over to like the tar stuff. I got into the sport when my dad used to race and then he introduced me to it and then I ended up really liking it and stuck with it. So I race in a professional organization called Moto America. It's basically the fastest guys in the United States, and I ride a 2017 Yamaha R6.
What's your favorite track you've raced on and how fast have you gone?
So my favorite track is probably Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, and the fastest I've gone is probably like 180 something down at Daytona. My favorite race was probably the first round at Road America. It was my first time racing 600 in the pro class and went out and took 4th, so that was probably my favorite time. I train in the off season I ride this bike on the ice to go and train, and it really helps with road race stuff because the ice and the studs and the tires are a lot like tar, like traction, so it's really good for you to go and ride ice.
Thanks for that story. Now that there's snow on the ground, people have been trading in motorcycles for snowmobiles. Eli Kessler, Adam Grabowski, and Jared Hayter spent some time getting their sleds winter ready.
So the problem that both of these are having is they're not getting fuel. As you can see here, we took out the air box, which is right there. So the carbs are exposed. So we're gonna spray some starting fluid, or might need more starting fluid, into the carbs to see if they've got spark and compression. And then it should just be that it's not getting fuel, which if it's not getting fuel, then the fuel pump might be bad. So now it's getting fuel. Either one of them are starting right now. That one should, but I'm almost wondering if it's not getting spark. We had it going the other day, but the air box doesn't want to go in, and I got to catch my 5th hour. So that'll be next episode.
They will have more later when they hit the powder. Next week, we will have more with the opening of sports in the high school. Until then, here is reporter Abby Ferrario and Caitlin Thompson taking a different kind of sled on an outdoor adventure.
Hey, it's Abby, and me and my family, we are going sledding at Seelysbrook Park in St. Francis, and the park is right behind County Market.
Go to the side when you come up.
So oh my god, that person's cruising. Oh my god. Ah! We're gonna hit the bump, we're gonna hit the bump. No, we're not. Yeah, we're not.
That looks like fun. That's all we have for this week. Stay safe, Saints.